cricketing engagement at the hotel, which had to be handled before we came here. But obviously, this is a very important engagement to us. We have a little motto at Cricket West Indies that is cricket first, and we ensure that we handle all engagements with that in mind. That having been said, I want you guys to ensure that the questions that are directed towards the skipper today, in keeping with that motto, let's focus on the cricket, let's focus on the match coming up tomorrow, and let's get the skipper out of here in good timing so that he could prepare in his usual manner for that match tomorrow. Obviously, with it being the first game of the series, we want to emerge victorious, and we want to ensure that all of our players, not only the skipper, are getting the best preparation possible. So I'm now going to open the floor for you guys to ask questions, keeping those few things that I've already mentioned in mind. First question here.
Polly, have you all decided a combination for tomorrow?
No, not as yet. But even if we did, I won't tell you. No, we have been here for a while. We have tinkered with a lot of different combinations. We have, talked about how we want to approach, playing cricket, or playing this series actually. So again, in our final preparation, we have a couple of guys we need to just, have a final look at, and hopefully by this afternoon, we'll know what we're actually playing, and you guys will get to know tomorrow, please God.
How was the preparation with the 2 games you all played? Was it helpful to adapt to the conditions and stuff?
Yeah, it was. It was actually nice. We had a camp for about 7 to 10 days. That first practice game, we tried for all our batters to get ahead, get acclimatized to, what we're going to encounter. The end result really didn't matter, to us that much. It's about what we wanted to get there. The bowlers get a little run out. Adapting to the fields and the conditions, because I think it's a bit different, here. So, again, we did that, and, yesterday we had that, warm-up game, the official warm-up game of the series, where we actually played the 11, and we actually go about it in sort of a 70-75%, sort of match intensity. So, again, I think we are looking forward to it. We are a good percentage as to where we want to be as a team. And again, it's just a matter of coming out tomorrow and, trying to execute, what we have put into practice.
Sri Lanka is number 8 in rankings, West Indies number 9. How important is it to win this series and go above Sri Lanka? And who do you see as a major threat from the entire Sri Lankan squad?
Sometimes, we take a lot and look into the rankings. But then you look at it now, they're 8, we're 9. That's 1 point, between us. But again, it's about, how you play cricket and, what you want to achieve, out of it. At the end of the day, both teams are in a sort of a position of, say, rebuilding or trying to find what's the best way they should play, ODI cricket. So, again, it's a matter who are able to, absorb those plans and actually come out and execute it. So, I think it's going to be a very good series, keenly contested, because that's what the rankings say. But, for us, again, we have, more details as to what we want to look at, coming out of this series. So, when you look at the Sri Lanka team, they have a lot of exciting guys, in their lineup. Angelo has been around, while he has, he has been, injured, but he has come back and he has done fairly well, for them. You have a young captain, I think, after he was the World Cup captain, and then, another couple series after that. So, there's a lot of inexperience there, as well. There are guys who were not part of the last tour that when you guys went to Pakistan as well, guys coming back in. So I think we have done our due diligence as to, the Sri Lankan team, and, hopefully we can, attack the weaknesses and, for us, improve on our weaknesses and try to get better as an outfit.
Kieron, I think Nicholas Pooran was retired hurt in the first practice game. I think he had a back complaint. Can you just give us an update on him?
He has been practicing. He has been, doing his rehab or whatever. It has been about 5 days or so since he has gotten that. So, again, I said there's still a couple players, we have to look at, this afternoon to see, where they are. He's one of them. So, again, we'll see how he pulls up, from practice, this afternoon, and we'll make a decision on him. But he has been an integral part, of our lineup in the last, 6 months or so. And we really hope that, he'll, come out of that sort of slight niggle that he has and take the field for us tomorrow.
How much heart did you take from the India series? Very few teams kind of push India at home, and how much of that is kind of a blueprint on how you want to go about your things in a similar conditions here?
I think we took it in stride, and I think that was the blueprint for us going forward. You know, when you're able to, again, as I talked about the rankings before, we being the number 9 team, being able to push the number 1 team, again, sometimes you think about what the ranking points actually mean. But again, having said that, is the way you want to play cricket, how you want to play cricket, the consistency of what you want to do, and how bad you want success. And I thought, you know, the strength and the mettle the guys, showed in India, give us that blueprint on how we want to play cricket going forward against whichever team we come up against. So we have that set, and it's just a matter of ticking boxes. And when we do pretty well, reward the guys. We don't do pretty well, talk about what we need to improve and consistently keep moving forward.
You must obviously be disappointed to be missing Evan Lewis and Shimron Hetmeyer for this series. What kind of message, I guess, do those kinds of decisions, do you want to be conveyed to the players through those kinds of decisions?
Again, conversations would have been had. Sorry. Struggling, boy. Conversations would have been had, with those individual players. So again, the players and the messages are clear when it comes to that. So it's not something that I want to say, for you guys to make a headline out of it. But, the way we want to do things as well, some things are personal, and some things, we let the team know when it's needed to be known. So again, when it comes to that aspect of our cricket, that message is clear individually for each and every player, not only on the team, but the wider Caribbean, as well.
Yeah. One last thing on generally spin is, even in the limited overs format, is kind of what gets teams across the lines here, but obviously you've got a fast bowling strength. How do you balance those things and adapt to these conditions?
Again, it's just about line lengths and areas. Sometimes if it's spin friendly and spin dominated, that means, Sri Lanka will be able to play spin pretty well. You don't want to give them a strength. So again, it's all a matter of, what we think is necessary at that point in time. And, for us, about being consistent. It's the same, we went to India, we had 3 spinners, we played 3-4 seamers, and, we did well, as well. So it's just a matter of that, and, hopefully the guys that we have full confidence in them in whichever scenario it presents itself.
Polly, on a personal note, you've only scored about 8 runs in 5 ODIs against Sri Lanka in the past. So how do you want to improve on that record?
Hopefully I can score 8 more and double that. That's history. It is what it is. I started to play when he had Mulitaran and Malinga and those guys, so it was pretty difficult. But, that's, for me, that's not something that I think about on a daily basis. So it's just something that I actually thought about actually coming here, because we played the 2012 T20 World Cup and I scored more than 8 runs in one of the matches. So I think I know how to score runs. It's just a matter of doing what is necessary, for the team at that point in time, preparing well. And it's something that has been part and parcel, of my game, in the last, 2-3 years or so. So for me, again, sometimes stats matter, but it matters to the people who want to make something out of it. So, hopefully I can get to at least, 10 runs, double figures, and then we take it from there.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for the questions. I think it was very worthwhile engagement. I know that training is going to be open to you slightly today, at least for the first part of it. I just want to encourage you guys to be very respectful of the players and the coaching staff. I'm not the boss. Once we leave this room, they are the boss. So if a player says to you, you're in my way or you need to go this way, please oblige. Same thing with any of our coaching or management staff. Just be very respectful in your engagements. Thank you all for being here. We're looking forward to a very exciting series starting tomorrow. I think that our skipper is rearing to get out onto the practice pitch and ensure that his prep is that he's properly prepared.
So I can score more than 8 runs.
So that he can score more than 8 runs, hopefully 8 runs and over. And